Retail gets rugged every single day and nobody cares. But the second a call gets hit, now it's a problem. And today on Crypto Twitter, we just saw both sides of that play out in real time. Two things happened. One, a major executive at a multi-billion-dollar company acting like a uni student at a rave festival. And two, a call gets rugged by a project and suddenly it's viral. This is the clip that started doing the rounds.
What's your position?
I'm CMO.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so young.
CMO.
Yeah, you don't usually,
Bro, he's the guy. I'm telling you.
you don't usually hear those titles
you have
from
to
28, 29.
You have to understand, bro. So hold up. He's got stuff. He's got.
I'll take it off.
First of all, I feel a bit sorry for this guy who's a little bit like a rabbit in the headlights, and this video has nothing to do with him. But what is significant here is the CMO of Polymarket and what he says and how he behaves. First of all, you've got his little buddy here in the background speaking to the interview going, bro, he's the guy, he's the guy. I mean, whatever that means, it's like bro code, right? And then secondly, there's already been a few people capture still frames of this video. And if you take a look at our friend's face here, it does appear as though he's doing some strange behaviours with his teeth. People have suggested that perhaps he's on some kind of stimulant. We can see it again, continued sticking out of teeth. This could just be his mannerisms. I truly have no idea about his tics. But quite often these types of loose face movements can be associated with stimulants. But anyone can just pause the video at a still frame and catch people pulling some weird types of faces. Perhaps what is more significant is what he says.
Bro, those titles from 28, 29.
You have to understand, bro. So hold up. He's got stuff. He's got.
I'll take it off.
Bro, you have to understand, bro. Oh, you almost caught me out. It tends to suggest that he was about to say something that he shouldn't be recorded saying. Now, when you are holding a really senior position at a multi-billion-dollar company, you have to make all attempts possible to avoid any type of speculation. If you couple that with the environment that is in and some questionable body language, then people are going to start putting two and two together. We have a senior executive with very loose messaging with potential signals to the market. Let's be totally clear, I am not suggesting that anything illegal is happening, but there is enough speculation here to suggest that there could be. And this is the problem. Crypto companies want to be taken seriously as the financial infrastructure, but then have senior executives behaving like this on camera. When you're operating in highly regulated financial markets, tone matters, jokes matter, and hints matter. And we only have to browse a couple of the comments to get an idea of what some of the users are suggesting here. Be the CMO of a billion-dollar company while rolling on MDMA at some club. LMAO, the face to say it all. Homie is mad jittery, bro. Defo on something. On the bright side for the CMO of Polymarket, you do have the thoughts of a cat on Twitter suggesting that he is being subjugated to speculation from paid shills over literally nothing. On the other side of this though, you've got a frog who is suggesting this is who runs our industry, lads. Man is ready to drop insider clues about his 15 billion company to anyone who blinks at him IRL and acts like he doesn't understand what's happening whilst it's happening. Almost got caught. Ha 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 ha. Man, please. I mean, you decide, guys, who do you believe, the cat or the frog? But all jokes aside, my founder take here is, if you don't understand that tone, jokes and hints matter, you should not be in the seat of CMO for a multi-billion-dollar company. But if that isn't enough to spice up your Monday morning crypto Twitter, this one also blew up. A Tite, a call on crypto Twitter, told us his story. On January, I was added to a group with the Into.Space team. On January the 4th, I got onto a call with the founder, Zero. Awkward silence. He pitched me directly and promised strong returns based on the valuation he gave. I mean, anyone promising strong returns on anything should automatically be a red flag. We know that that is pretty much against all rules and regulations around investing. On January the 5th, I sent him 50,000 USD. At the time, it felt like a no-brainer. Of course, because he was promising return, which is why there's regulation against doing such things. Over the next couple of months, FUD started circulating. I reached out and he reassured me everything was fine, of course. Fast forward to launch day. The second the token generation event, launch day, goes live and tokens are claimable, I connect the wallet I had registered, and the wallet is not eligible. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I checked everything. I messaged them at 11, again at 12 and 1:30, no response. 3 hours later, after TGE, when the price had already dropped 90%, they finally replied. This is nothing new, by the way. By that point, the damage was done. They claimed I was wrong. After I confronted them, my allocation suddenly appeared, but my $50,000 had already turned to roughly $1,300. I told them and showed proof, including their own post admitting it was their fault. I asked for a refund or I'd pursue legal action. They responded briefly, then went silent for over 48 hours. I am now prepared to spend whatever it takes to hold them accountable. I don't care if it costs me more than the original $50,000. Lucky you. They are doxed, especially Is Atath. Oh look, a random picture of a PFP. And I will be taking this as far as it needs to go. Be careful who you trust. If you know any info or know anyone who has been scammed by them, please let me know. Not going to rest until they're all in jail. And some screenshots as supporting evidence for his experience. So what happens? Call promotes a project, has an allocation, gets ghosted on TGE, and by the time they can claim, the value has gone. Now look, this is shit. And let me make it very clear, no one should be getting rugged like this. But here's the part that no one wants to say. This happens to retail every single cycle. But this time, it goes viral. Why? Because a big account picks it up. Now it's a conversation. Now you've got the likes of Gigi quote tweeting, suggesting this is why she stopped investing into crypto companies. Now I have nothing against Gigi, don't get me wrong, but I find it a little bit ironic that the calls that participate in this very system, every single cycle, are the first ones to call it out when it happens to them. Why? Because it's happened with somebody with reach. And this is the problem. Not one bad project, not one bad deal, calls, projects, retail, all operating in the same broken system. Calls promote early, they get allocations, they benefit from the hype. But when the system turns on them, now it's unfair? Here's the really uncomfortable truth. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was designed. Projects maximize attention, calls maximize upside, and retail carries the risk. If crypto actually wants to mature, this has to change. More transparency, real agreements, accountability, because until it does, we'll keep seeing this over and over again. If you want more founder level breakdowns and someone to point out the real flaws in systems, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.